to the Caviar and Candy podcast. I'm your host, Paula Conway, and today I'm joined by my colleague and producer, Azaria Mohammed. Azaria, thank you so much for joining me again on this beautiful afternoon. I don't know about you, but we have almost blue skies here, but we do have rain clouds. How about where you are?
Yeah, it's a little cloudy. No rain though, but it's pretty cloudy where I am.
It's been so funny. Like the weather's gone back and forth and upways and sideways, and it's hot one day and it's
I
blistering hot one
know.
day, and then it's like 70. It's like I don't what is it?
I just need the sky to like make up its mind. I just want clear skies, sun, but it is what it is.
Well, I'm excited because I believe that Lascar Hotel in London is right now, honestly, it is my favorite hotel in the world.
Really, in the world.
I think
That's a
so.
statement.
Yeah. I've been in a lot of hotels, but this one is I can't like I literally just can't wait to go back. I just have to think of an excuse to get a plane ticket, right, to go to London because I could live there and never leave.
Well, that's a great segue into this episode because today we will be talking about the Lascar Hotel. And it's one of London's most notable boutique hotels and your favorite boutique hotel, as you just
Yep.
mentioned. So can you paint me a picture of the Lascar so I can just get a general idea of what it is, the setting, the guests, the employees?
Oh, all right. Well, I think you have to start with a really key component, which is that the site where that the hotel is encased in is a former Baptist church. It's the former Baptist church headquarters. It's in central London. The Holborn area also kind of butts up against Bloomsbury Covent Garden. Like it's a perfect location. It was constructed in 1901 and 1903 and became first the headquarters of the Baptist Union of Great Britain. So it held a great importance within the religious community. And then architect Arthur Keene designed it in this richly detailed Edwardian free Baroque style. And then during World War II, part of the fifth floor was damaged by the bombing, and church attendance just declined. It eventually closed as a place of worship, and then it served other purposes. And then in 2012, it went through an extensive restoration and it reopened in 2018 to what it is today, which is a 39-room luxury boutique hotel. And it feels more like a private London residence than a hotel. So you walk in and you are immediately, as the image behind you suggests for people who are watching this video on YouTube, you are immediately hit with rich theatrical interiors inspired by the Belle Époque, velvet, marble, stained glass, peacock blues, deep emeralds. My room actually was a deep emerald. Dramatic lighting. It's like stepping into an old London mansion in that Belle Epoque period. So
Mm.
it is instead of being like sprawling like so many hotels are with just 39 rooms and suites, it's very intimate feel. Um, the people who go there are very well-traveled people, often theater goers. You just walk to the West End, makes perfect sense. It's very theatrical. Luxury travels, obviously, and creatives. That's who it tends to attract. The rooms are, luxurious with oversized headboards, the same jewel tones, the gold. I had gold and like a rich emerald. Um, Beautiful bathrooms. Like if you sit, like the drop behind me is the bathroom, and you can see it's stunning. There's a lot of um, gorgeous lighting, thick, rich marble, gold trim, and it just makes sense. I mean, it's a short walk to Covent Garden, which is some of the best shopping in the world. Soho and the West End, lots of, I would say, literary intelligentsia in the
Mm.
area. to make sense the way it's
Hmm.
designed and who it's attracting.
Beautiful. I can't wait to visit it when I go to London eventually. Um, okay, so as we know, the Lascar is a boutique hotel. But I'm curious what sets it apart from other boutique hotels that you've been to?
You know, the nice thing about boutique hotels is their originality and their personality. It's so distinct. But I think the fact that it was built in the early 1900s as a headquarters of the Baptist Union is like an important part of what makes it so interesting. That original architecture, all of those details are there. So you have a grand staircase, soaring ceilings, stained glass everywhere, and thick, rich, deep, carved woodwork.
Mm,
Jacques Garcia, designer Jacques Garcia, who's a contemporary designer today, he came in and he layered it in with the rich fabrics and the antiques and the velvet and the crystal chandeliers and these dramatic shades everywhere, the colors. It's one of those rare hotels where the architecture tells the story before anyone gives you the background or gives you a tour of the hotel, tells you about the hotel. You walk in and you know, okay, this is just not like anything else.
I love it. And I think it's so important for especially boutique hotels to have that element of originality and like to have that aspect that sets them apart.
Yeah.
So in your opinion, are boutique hotels or chain hotels better? And can you give like some pros and cons of each?
You know, I am falling more in love with boutique hotels as I get older. And I think the reason is because when you've been to so many chain hotels, they all start to look the same. They just do. When you're talking about a boutique hotel, you have character, you have individuality, there's a story behind it, usually. You have these memorable experiences and enclaves that you just don't get at a chain hotel. The service is more personalized because the ratio of staff to guest is higher. It's simply higher. So there's more personalized service, there's more attention to detail. Um, you actually feel more connected to the destination. Oftentimes the boutique hotels like this one are a reflection of the destination. So you have this enriched sense of place. It speaks to you in a way that you just can't get from a larger hotel. Now, that being said, the cons, arguably fewer amenities. You know, there's going to be, maybe there's not a gym, or maybe if there is a gym or a spa, if they're smaller,
Hmm.
they're not there for that reason. So they're not competing in the same way. You might not be able to get loyalty parts points as part of the equation, depending on how you book, but I would argue that this is a luxury traveler and, through the Chase Rewards program and the American Express, of course, Lascar is one of
Hmm.
their luxury hotels that you can book. So, less consistency from one property to another. So it's not like a JW Marriott. With a JW Marriott, you know what you're going to get. With Marriott brand, you know what you're getting, whether it's a Ritz-Carlton at their high end or just a basic Marriott, you know what you're going to get.
So
We're
you
about to have dogs bark, so it's going to be part of the episode. It's going to make it really interesting because the guy who does my lawn just got here, so we're just going to roll with it.
no problem. Um, you said that boutique hotels have like this personalized care and the ratio of employees to guests is like larger.
Yeah.
Um, so at the Loscar, like, when you went, were there any certain like experiences you had with like the employees or like the care elements that really like stood out to you when you went?
Yeah, absolutely. One is everybody was like always saying hello, Miss Conway. Now, if you're at a five-star hotel, you should have that. But I've stayed at the Ritz um in London and there is no way. It's a big hotel. That's a big hotel. compared to this. It's not boutique, it's a Ritz, so it's gorgeous, but you can't have every doorman, every person who's at the desk because they're shifting more often. Everybody who might serve you breakfast, at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning before everybody else gets up, you can't have them remember your name.
Mm,
So you don't have that, for example, at a chain like that in the same way that you do at Loscar. At Loscar, the person who's in the restaurant, the person who's seating you, if you're there for 4 nights, there might only be two who are different, but they know who you are. The front desk knows who you are. So there's really that attention to like, what can I do for you now? How can I help you now that you just don't have at a big chain hotel?
of course. So when I was doing research about the Lascar, obviously I kept seeing amazing reviews about the restaurant.
Yeah.
So can you tell me about the restaurant and, maybe what was your favorite dish when you went?
The restaurant, in addition to the original marble spiral staircase, I think it's 9 stories, and the crystal chandeliers are really a focal point. So when you go into the restaurant, when you walk in, as you where you are, and the image that's behind you is kind of an entrance exit to the lobby, which is also a reading room. It's just so beautiful. Like you just not to get off of the restaurant, but I have to say, and you can see in the drop behind you, you can see the books on the shelves.
Hmm.
So what would be, from my view, your right, probably your left. That's the front desk over there.
Here? No.
Other side. Yep. Is it to your left or to your right?
This is
That's
to my left, I think.
Yeah, you can't see all of the front desk in that image, but that's where it is. And then everything else is like seating. So you could just have a cup of tea and read a book. And you can see people quietly coming, going, checking in. And it's just so breathtaking. Like you don't have that kind of
Hmm.
intimacy, in a big hotel. But the restaurant is another showstopper. It's such a showstopper when you walk into the restaurant and you just pass it in the hallway. First of all, it's a mirrored ceiling, which sounds kind of tacky, but no, because it has these beautiful golden hued lights that are almost like what you would think of like 1920s, 1930s Broadway shows.
Mm.
And it's on the ceiling. So the lights are on the ceiling and they reflect. So it's gold. The room is just gold and it's lit with gold. So when you take that and then you add this plush jewel toned upholstery, and I believe it's a deep purple, but they're gems, they're gem tones. It's so luxe and so lavish and such a showstopper that it's like when you check in, like you just any part of this hotel, you just stay there. I didn't ever want to leave the restaurant. I was just so excited about being in the restaurant that I never really wanted to leave it. It's gorgeous. And then so the theatrical experience like continues and goes throughout your journey inside the hotel. Beautiful room with high ceilings, the dramatic decor, the excellent service. It's a marble covered bar. Um, they serve seasonal British cuisine.
Mm.
And then it has Loscar, it has like a French influence to it.
Of course.
Um, I will tell you that the beef Wellington was outstanding. I've had beef Wellington before, but this beef Wellington was unlike anything that I've ever had, just perfectly cooked, a crisp, thick pastry. The breakfast was outstanding. When I was there, they were kind of ending their fall. So it must have been February or March because they were just kind of ending their fall menu, their seasonal menu. And they had a pumpkin oatmeal. And
Mm.
I love oatmeal. And at first I'm like, oh, that can't possibly be good. It was so delicious, this pumpkin oatmeal. It was so good. And then they had another seasonal cocktail that was also sort of harvest themed, and I can't remember what it was called. The drinks are outstanding. It's just delicious. If I lived in London and I could meet somebody for lunch or dinner I would just, every other dinner appointment I would make would be at Lascar.
So beef Wellington noted. Definitely got to try the pumpkin
And
soup,
any seasonal cocktail.
of course. Um, I obviously dinner is followed by a show. Did you go to the cabaret? I can't remember the full name, but like the
Oh,
cabaret show. Did you go?
no. So it's not always followed by a show. It just depends
Oh,
seasonally what you have. So yeah, the Cabernet and Cabaret
right.
was in my Forbes article, and that looks like you're just drinking wine while you're watching a cabaret show, and you just make your dinner reservation, at the same time. So you're part of the set
Mm-hmm.
because it's happening right there in this very theatrical setting. You don't have to work. They don't have to work hard to give you a show while you're anywhere in that hotel because it's already theatrical,
Right,
right?
right.
Look at the bathroom. We could have a show in this bathroom.
It's like the show
Why
is just
not?
like an extension of how amazing the hotel already is.
Yeah, and what a great idea, cabaret and Cabernet, or Cabernet and Cabaret. What a great idea, right?
I know. When I was reading about it, I was like, wow, this is insane. Like the pictures, the reviews, I was like, did Paula go? Like, wow, if she went, she must have been so lucky. Like, it probably was such an experience.
I felt so blessed. Every time I travel, I feel blessed. Every time I get to go to to a place like this. But yes, I definitely was. I wish I'd had more time there. I think I was only there for 2 or 3 nights,
Hmm.
and it wasn't enough. I would love to just stay there for at least 4 to 5 so that one day can just be in the hotel with a book sitting in the lobby. It's not a traditional lobby, but
Hmm.
check-in area that you're in, and just enjoying it because it's so different
Yeah.
from any place I've been so far.
So, what was your favorite part about the Lascar?
So I go harkening back to the Baptist Union. You're going to notice in your photos and mine as well. You have doves everywhere. Look at the lighting. Those are doves. The
Oh,
lighting in
I
the
didn't notice
bathroom
that
here. See this? These are doves. Wait, there, right there. Doves. Doves. You have doves. Doves are everywhere.
here.
And great.
There.
Yes. Yes, they are everywhere. And in Christianity, the dove traditionally symbolizes, the Holy Spirit, peace, hope, renewal. But because the building was originally, a Baptist headquarters, birds, and especially doves, would be obvious religious symbols. Now, Jacques Garcia, who is the designer, he intentionally played with that symbolism. And rather than just filling the hotel with only doves, he created an aviary of birds. So, all throughout the hotel, you have parakeets, hummingbirds, peacocks, kingfishers, cuckoos, butterflies, and other just whimsical creatures around every corner, transforming a religious symbol into something more artistic and theatrical. But again, that personality rooted in history with the modern theatrical elements is what makes it so special. And you feel like you've discovered, one of London's hidden gems. So when I think about the question, like, what did I like best? I liked the fact that I really feel that I've discovered this and that I can say to somebody, listen, you're going to love it. Just go for the doves, go for the birds because they're around every corner, but there's a history to it and go uncover it. I loved wandering in the public spaces because every corner was so beautiful and told another part of the story. And then, as I said, like the staff ratio is high and they struck that perfect balance between attentive and obtrusive, and obtrusive never happened. It was all just a lot of attention to detail, and you just can't get that at every hotel. Just doesn't happen. So I think those are
Yeah,
my things.
it's all about the little things.
Yeah, it's the little things. At the end of the day, it's the little things. Yeah, and even in our lives, like why do we get up in the morning? Family, the
Right,
best cup of coffee, a
right.
crispy Coca-Cola, you know, seeing our pets, our friends, it's little things. And it's the same with a hotel once you really understand what you're looking at.
That right there.
Yeah,
So if a
exactly.
friend, oh wait, sorry. If a friend was asking for a hotel recommendation for their stay in London, what would you say to convince them to stay at the Lascar?
So I would say if you want a hotel with a real sense of place and history, you want to stay there. If you're getting, if you like luxury without the crowds of the biggest hotels, all that traffic, you're going to love it. It's ideal if you're seeing West End shows, visiting Covent Garden, or just exploring central London. So if that's important to you, location, perfect. You'll remember that hotel, long after you've forgotten where you had breakfast one morning. Lascar will stick. London has many great luxury hotels. I've been to many of them, not certainly not all of them, many of them, but the Lascar has something harder to create, right? Which is character. And I think if your goal is to experience London rather than just visit it, which you can do, and you can do that from a good, DoubleTree, which is another favorite brand of mine, Hampton Inn, another favorite brand of mine. But if you're looking to really experience London and not just visit it, this is an excellent choice.
Well, I'm convinced.
You'll have to go and tell me what you think.
No, I definitely will go, even if it is just to wander in the lobby or, look at the doves.
Yeah, go have a cup of tea. Right.
Yes.
Go have a seasonal cocktail and just like take it in. It'll be well worth it. Well worth it. Are you going soon?
Yes, I'm studying abroad there.
That's right. Oh,
Yeah.
you're all set. Go to Lascar. You're
Yeah.
all set.
And I'm going to be in central London too,
Yeah,
so.
and I'm going to tell you something, like if you wanted to just like pop in for the food's so amazing. If you just want to pop in for lunch, the prices are extremely reasonable. London's expensive.
Hmm.
This is a more, modest price point that you could just feel very comfortable. Like, yeah, you can go to what is the name of there's the pizza chain that's so popular. It's like their Pizza Hut. I forget what it's called, or their Domino's, as I like to call it. It's called
Okay.
Pizza Express. Pizza
Okay.
Express is everywhere. And when my husband and I are in London, we often go into Pizza Express. So yes, it's a little bit more expensive than that, but not a lot. It's really like if you just went in to have a sandwich and a Coke, and just to be in it, or just a cup of tea,
Hmm.
you'd be happy.
That's good to know that the prices aren't
Yes,
crazy because,
yes.
oh, well, can't wait to go.
I
And,
know.
that was a great conversation about the Lascar.
I know. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of having been there. And for anybody who'd missed my article, it's on Forbes. And thank you for joining us today on today's episode of Caviar and Candy Podcast. We talked about London's glamorous boutique hotel, Lascar. Join right here for more episodes on luxury travel and lifestyle. Follow me on Instagram at Paula Conway NYC. That's actually my handle everywhere. And don't forget to read my Forbes column, and coming very soon, my ink column. Oh, and today I just posted my first article on USA Today about the best travel habits according to private jet CEOs. Lots going on in the hashtag All Things Paula universe, and I can't wait to talk to you again about our next adventure, Azaria.
Me too. Thank you.